I'm going to show you how to track calories and macronutrients using the app Chronometer. I think MyFitnessPal, I used it for a long time. It now makes you pay for the scanner. It's a great app, but we want a free option as well. Chronometer allows for the scanner to be free. The first part of this video is going to show you how to set up all the settings so that everything you see is streamlined. And what you see are the essential things. So really, calories and macros. Chronometer is great in that it shows you so many different things, including all of the micronutrients. Right now, a lot of the people watching this don't need to see that, and especially if you're a client, and I'm showing you how to set this app up. So the first part, I'll explain why, but really, I want you to copy me as I go through on this phone and just change all the settings. So you can watch this video on a laptop or something like that, have your phone ready and just do it alongside me. Once you've created a profile, I want you to come over to the bottom right tab that says More. First, we're going to go to Accounts. I would recommend turning notifications off if this is already on. Next, we're going to go to Profile. You can fill out all of these things. They probably have been done when you created the profile, and you can just estimate body fat percentage. It doesn't really matter. BMI, another thing we can ignore, but that's a separate video. Let's go to targets. Weight goal, another thing unnecessary. You can put it in. However, if you're a client, you're going to be using My Sheets. So this app is purely just for tracking your food. Next, we're going to go macro and energy targets. This is where we're going to click fixed. And if you're a client, you've been given targets. This is where you will enter in your targets. So, 180 protein, something like 250 carbs and 60 fat, pretty general, something like that. Don't worry about custom energy target. It's saying that the targets don't match because if you put a weight goal in, the app wants to tell you what your targets are. However, when you have a coach or you have your own targets, you just want to use it for that. Go back. We won't use macro scheduler. That's when you can do specific targets for specific days. You got to pay for that. Energy expenditure, same thing. This is just estimated. We don't need to know this information. Next, we'll go to nutrient targets. We'll go to general. We're going to keep energy. So from here, we're pretty much going to turn off everything that we don't need. Alcohol, caffeine, water even. So the only thing we want on there is energy. Vitamins, you can turn all of this off. These things we can come back in the future if you feel as though, or there's another reason, a coach, a doctor wants to look at particular levels. So how much vitamin C am I getting in my diet? Minerals, all off. So we're going to come into carbs and we're going to leave total carbs on, fiber on, and net carbs all on. Then we're going to turn off starch, turn all the rest of these off. Lipids, you can turn off cholesterol, keep on fat, turn off mono and poly, turn off omegas. You can keep these things on. It may be interesting for you to see. However, we're really not going to be managing these things. We're only going to be managing the three main macros: protein, carbs, fats, and energy. Protein, total protein on, everything else off. So leucine, if you're a vegan, this one I would keep on. Ignore selected highlighted nutrients, go back. Nutrition scores, we can turn off. Go back. Fasting, something we don't need to touch. Displays, what we want to go into here. We're going to turn the units into calories. Come back into display. Keyboard type numeric. Show energy summary off. Keep macronutrient breakdown on. Keep highlighted targets on. And we're going to turn water off. Go to dashboard settings. I would turn all of this off. Diary settings. This is an important one. We want to show groups. We want to turn exploding meals on. So that means when we're tracking a whole meal, we want to see each ingredient within it. So one morning you might have a breakfast, and then the next morning you'll have the same breakfast, except one ingredient of that was a little different, and we want to be able to change it. Show group subtotals, go into that. Do macronutrients. So before we go into group quick add preferences, we're going to go into diary groups. Here, this is just saying how many meals we have in a day. So I would turn all of this into M1, M2, M3, and M4. And then turn off snacks, because we're mainly going to be having 4 meals a day. Now we can go back into group quick add preferences. And for all of these, we just want to click food, because we are not adding any of these other metrics. This is just speeding up the process. Go ahead and change all of them. Cool, go back now. Menu settings. Turn this off. Keep add food on and keep scan food on. Remove bio, remove note, remove fast, remove exercise. Ignore calendar, theme. I like dark. Cool, now we're all done and come into the diary section. So now we can see meal 1, 2, 3, and 4. And up the top, we can see our totals for the whole day. Energy, so calories, protein, net carbs, and fat. And if you swipe across, we'll see fiber here. You can see some other things, but the main one is fiber. So you would click fiber, and you can see that for the day. Those are the 5 main targets that you'll be tracking and logging into your sheet. So from here, we are just going to add in the food that we've consumed so we can see our totals for the day. How to add food? Simply click the plus button on any of these meals. And from here, we're going to either search a food. So if I had a banana, I'll come up here, type in banana, click search, and then I can see banana fresh up the top. From here, I need to put in how much of that banana that I've had. I'd have to weigh it with kitchen scales to find out how much banana I've actually consumed that day. Kitchen scales. Do I have them at home? If you don't own kitchen scales or don't have them at home, I'm going to make this very easy for you. There are super cheap ones online, but I found the cheapest one I could find, which is from Kmart. It's even cheaper than ones that I could see on Amazon. And if you are not planning to go to the shops in the next day or two, you can use the link that I've grabbed from here. I've grabbed this one and I've put it in the description of this YouTube video. All you need to do is click add to bag, and it will be delivered to your house either in 3 to 5 days, or if you do express, only $5 more tomorrow. Usual banana is about 115 grams. So I'd change the serving size from none of these. I'd go down to grams down the bottom, and then I can just type in 115 grams. Cool. So in 115 grams of banana, I can see 100 calories, 0.9 protein, 24 carbs, 0.3 fat. So the banana is pretty much carbs. This is a good point to explain the energy metrics for all the macros. So there's 3 macros: protein, carbs, and fat. For every 1 gram of protein, there is 4 calories. For every 1 gram of carbs, there's 4 calories. For every 1 gram of fats, there's 9 calories. So this banana, we'll go back into it. We can see that it's got 24.5 grams of carbs. So if I just 24.5 times 4 calories per gram of carbs equals 98 calories. So you can see here, there's 101 calories, but that's just the rest of that. You can see this little pie chart. There's a little bit of fat and protein. So that's how you can work out the calories of things. So your protein shake at home, 1 scoop might have 30 grams. So it would go 30 times 4, tells you how many calories there are. The second way of doing it is to scan whatever you're holding. So I've got a coconut water here. Just find the label, scan it, and then it may already be set to whatever the serving size is. But let's say you had half this bottle, you put in 0.5, and it's already set on a liter. That's a diary. When building things out, do everything raw on this app, and then when you weigh it. So if it's chicken breast, weigh it raw. If it's rice, weigh it raw. Weigh everything raw, but obviously cook it once it's been weighed. So we use this app so that we can put in what we've consumed, see what the totals are of each ingredient. Now I've put in a few ingredients, so it might be like a fruit, honey, and almonds yogurt. Now I can see up the top here next to M1, it's got 281 calories, 13 grams of protein, 45 grams of carbs, and 6 grams of fat. That's for all that entire meal. So we've seen each ingredient, seen each meal. And once we put each meal in, we can see the totals for the day. This is just Google Sheets. This is my sheets, what we use with clients. And if you're a client, you're going to be using this. So all it does is calculate. This sheet's set out in a diary so that we can see the totals for the entire day. So once you've tracked out a day, that's when you can put your totals in here. We can see the full averages for the week. And once we grab totals of every single day, we can see the totals for the week, what we've averaged. And then once we gather this data, that's when we can truly start to make better decisions for our diet, our body composition, and performance. So now that you've watched this video, you can start tracking your calories and macros.